Good morning, everybody. It's David Scott, the Rad Dad Realtor. So, I'm just going to discuss just kind of some things to consider when you're first starting to look to buy a house or even sell your house and move somewhere else. I guess this is more geared toward my first-time buyers, so you don't fall into some common traps that I see people get into. If you're selling a house to move somewhere else, you probably have a pretty good idea of why you're moving to that specific area. But anyways, for my first-time home buyers, it's just a couple things to consider before making your purchase, especially if it's a new area. And this kind of emphasizes my earlier video about like why having a realtor is important. First thing to consider is the area. You move into a good part of town, or moving to a part of town that is home values are on the rise, are home values going down? Is it a safe area? That's kind of an obvious one, but worth saying. Second one, and a trap that I fell into with my first home purchase. Do you ever plan on having kids? Do you have kids that are going to be going to school soon? Is the home you want to buy in a good school zone? Is it in the same school zone you're in? Are your kids ready to move schools mid-year? That's a big one to consider. I see people fall into that trap a lot. Actually, the reason that my house is going to be on the market here probably next year. And then a third note to touch on is your pre-approval and buying too much house. We've all heard the term being house broke, and that's easy to do right now. So when you get your pre-approval letter from your bank's probably going to pre-approve you to like the maximum amount of money they are willing to loan you. So when I bought my house, it was for $225,000. I was pre-approved to like $450,000. I could never afford a house that was $450,000, definitely not then, but I was pre-approved to it. So just because you're pre-approved to a certain number does not mean you have to spend that. And that is where having a realtor and sitting down and taking a real hard look at your finances is going to be really important. That way you can buy that house in an area you can afford, and you can actually enjoy it and still go out and do stuff. And this big purchase that was supposed to be a blessing in your life has now become a giant burden. So anyways, just a couple little things to think about, especially when you're just starting to think about wanting to buy a home and where to move to. If you have any questions, comment, or reach out to me directly. You can find me on Facebook at David Scott at Coastal Area Partners. All my contact information is there. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.